Dear Abby, I've been married for the last 20 years to a woman who has been hard to get along with. At best. We were married because she became pregnant. I thought I was doing the right thing. Later, I found out she had stopped taking birth control pills so she could get me to marry her. Looking back, it was not the right thing to do. I have stayed married and we have had a second child. Again, she was on the pill. And again, I thought I was doing the right thing by staying around to be the father. By the way, if she stopped taking birth control pills to get you to marry her, pal, why do you believe she was on the pill when she got pregnant the second time, you idiot? I mean, if you are going to be stupid enough to stay around in a situation like this, wouldn't you wear a condom every time for the rest of your life so she couldn't nail you again? You dope. He goes on to say to Dear Abby, I removed my wedding ring 10 years ago and have been barely getting along with her while I work a lot of jobs away from the house to avoid the never-ending arguments. I don't hate her or wish anything bad for her, but I have reached the point where I can no longer stand to be around her. I have concluded that staying married for the sake of the kids and trying to be a two-parent family was the wrong thing to do. I know the ensuing divorce will be ugly with her constantly harassing me, but how can I help her to see that our marriage has been a train wreck in slow motion for 20 years? He signs himself living away. Now, you know, again, Dear Abby's response is irrelevant here. We don't really care what Dear Abby's response is for the purpose of what I'm going to do this hour. But you see how somebody like this, and we hear these guys call our show all the time, after 20 years of this, he's still wondering how he can help her to see what's wrong with this situation. That she defrauded him. That she held him hostage. That she got pregnant a second time when she was quote-unquote on the pill, yeah, right. Why would you even try to reason with somebody like that? The other stupid thing this guy did was to get married and stay married more than 10 years. I don't know what state he's in, but if he's in California, that means not only will he have to pay child support, he will also have to pay vagina-money for the rest of his life. And those of you who've been married more than 7 years really need to think about this. If you've been married more than 7 years and less than 10, and you live in California, I tell you, boys, it's time to do a gut check. Do you really think you're going to be going the long distance on this relationship, or do you think it might not work out? If you think it might not work out, get out today. Get out today and hire an attorney immediately. Because what you'll pay in alimony will pale in comparison to what you pay if you go beyond 10 years. Did you see the story the other day about the guy? This is a true story. Guy got divorced and agreed to pay his wife $1,250 a month in alimony payments. And the $1,250 a month was to be paid until she either got married again or until the end of the term. So she, of course, has another relationship immediately upon leaving the guy, and who is it with? It's with a chick. They move in together. They even register in a quote-unquote domestic partnership. But domestic partnership is not marriage, according to the judge, and so it doesn't even matter that, you know, she splits her expenses, she doesn't have the same expenses she had. He has to continue paying. And you guys who stay too long, you're going to find out the hard way. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. If you don't believe me, look how many well-known people in Hollywood get divorced right before 10 years. Tom Cruise, right? You know that Tom Cruise got divorced like after 9.5 years of marriage. To what's-her-face? What happened to her career anyway? Where is she now? What was her name again? The Australian chick? The one that Tom Cruise was married to before? 6 letters and 6 letters? Nicole Kidman. All I can remember was her first name had 6 letters and her last name had 6 letters. That was it. Nicole Kidman, that's right. Haven't seen her around much lately. But Tom Cruise got out of there like right before the 10th anniversary. He skedaddled. Or Chris Rock got out of there right under the 10-year mark. How many examples do you need of people who they've got good attorneys and they know what to do? And by the way, I know about this because I have a good attorney. And I got out just under 10 years. Boys, please pay attention to what I'm telling you. This is the most valuable information I'll give you if you're married. If you think you're not going to be able to stand to be around this person for the rest of your life, get out before you hit your 10th anniversary. Don't let the 10th anniversary happen. Don't. Get out. But, all right, so here in this email, actually it's not an email, it's the mail to letter to Dear Abby. Well, it may have been an email to Dear Abby, I don't know, but it was a letter. Here's the guy, he made so many mistakes here. He probably had sex without a condom, just guessing here. He probably had sex without a condom. She gets pregnant. Because what he says, he later found out she'd stopped taking birth control so she could get him to marry her. Clearly, she said, I'm on the pill. He said, great, I won't use a condom. You should never, and by the way, boys, I don't care if she says she's on the pill. Why would you ever believe somebody? Just because they have a vagina. Why would you believe them? You never, ever believe a chick when she says, I'm on the pill, or I'm on the coil, or I'm on this, or I'm on that. You use a condom 100% of the time. Yes, I know it doesn't feel as good, but you get used to it, and on top of that, you don't want to be paying child support to chicks, and you don't want to be doing something stupid like this guy did, which was to feel obligated to get married. It's called doing the right thing. They call it doing the right thing. It's doing the wrong thing. Pay whatever you're legally required to pay and get your ass out of there. That's what I'm telling you. Are you kidding me? Remember I did the show about beaten dogs? This is one. I removed my wedding ring 10 years ago. I've barely been getting along with her. I worked jobs away from the house just to avoid the never-ending arguments. Oh, my God. Now, I know that some of you have done this, okay? You knocked somebody up and you did the right thing, quote, unquote. You got mad. By the way, I don't know why you would do that. You can live in the neighborhood or you can live in the same city. You can, utilize visitation. You can call your kids on the phone regularly, be there for their birthdays. Every other Christmas they could be with you. Every other Thanksgiving they could be with you. You could be in their lives. You can do all that stuff. You don't have to marry the bitch who tricked you into getting tied to her for the rest of your life. You don't have to do that. That is not doing the right thing. It's doing the wrong thing. But I want to know how many of you guys, quote unquote, did the right thing. She got pregnant and you felt obligated to stay around. And there might be a rare guy who's happy about that situation, but I imagine most of you are miserable. And if you are, I want to know all about it.
Tom.
Leykis.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom. Real Tom.
I find you just an absolute specimen of complexity.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Did you, quote-unquote, do the right thing? David on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. David? David's busy.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, I'm calling in regards of your subject right now.
Yes.
And I'm stuck in that situation, man. I got my girl pregnant. She's 6 months pregnant. I have a 2-year-old kid with her. And
Wait. Stop right there.
Okay.
She already had a kid. Why are you still with her?
I was with her. She left me. I was with her because I thought it was the right thing to do.
But she left you, so how could it be possible that you would impregnate her again if she left you?
Well, because, you know, they come around and they still want to get some and, you know.
And you just can't resist.
Yeah. Yeah, man. She's hot, man.
By the way, tell everybody how old you are.
I'm 22 years old.
22, and the second kid is about to be born.
Yep, 6 months on the way.
By the way, that college degree, what college did you get that from?
I haven't finished college. I have 1 more semester to go for a construction degree.
A construction degree. What university is teaching construction?
It's a technical school. It's Los Angeles Trade Tech.
All right, so you're not going to college.
No, I
asked you about that college degree, and you started telling, like you're implying you went to college. Do you try to pass that off on people as college?
No, because technically I haven't finished yet.
I'm going for my master's in construction.
Residential construction and residential blueprint reading and all that.
Very nice. How's the campus over there?
Yeah, it's full of hot bitches. But
there's a campus?
Yeah, there's a campus.
It's a trade. It's not a campus. Come on, it's an office building. It's not a campus. Come on. The campus. Really? Are you a pledge at the fraternity?
No, hell no.
What's the name of the football team there?
I don't even know about that.
You mean you think there might be one?
I don't think so.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, but anyways, my story is...
By the way, you on babysitting patrol today? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm an electrician now. I'm a 2-year...
No, I'm an electrician now.
I've been doing it for 2 years. I did it while I was going to school, and I'm certified as an electrician
So
now.
if you're not babysitting, why do I hear a baby?
I guess so. But
is the mother of that baby anywhere nearby?
No, she's not. I've recently stopped talking to her.
So whose baby is that?
The baby they're my kids. The one that's coming and the one I have now, they're my kids.
So she does not have custody of this kid?
No, she doesn't.
And she's having another kid. Is she going to have custody of that one when it's born?
Yeah, she'll have custody of it. Well, she has custody of this one, but, you know, she put me on child support. And when she found out she was pregnant...
Put you on life support. Huh?
Yeah, I guess. But she found out she was pregnant again, and she decided she wanted to take me off it to try to maybe work things out.
So by giving you the baby, you didn't have to pay child support anymore? That's what you're telling me?
No. She spends the night. She has custody of this kid and the next one that's coming.
So where is she?
She lives at her house with her parents.
Why isn't the baby with her?
Oh, because I pick him up after his daycare school. He's 2.5 years old.
I see.
Yeah, and that's the only time I would get to spend. It's good that he went to school because that's the only time I could pick up my kid after school without having to put up with the arguments that she
By the way, how is all this helping your career?
How is this helping my career?
Mm-hmm.
It actually like worsened my career because...
Really?
She put me on child support, and I have an independent contract.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean she put you on child support?
Yeah, she filed a case for child support, and there's a law that states that, you know, I have to pay for the child's support. And
you liked it, and you liked it so much, you decided to have sex again without a condom.
Yeah, when I was with her after my first kid, she had birth control, which was something they put inside her, where you know it rejects the sperm, I guess.
That's what she told you.
No, I was there at the doctor when she did that. It's just at the time that we spend apart.
Have you ever heard of? I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever heard of condoms?
Yeah, man. It's just that I don't know, man. It's just a mistake that's done, people, and I guess...
No. You made this mistake happen. Yeah. You did that.
I take full credit for making that mistake.
It's
and
full credit for it, yes. Yeah. And you did it twice.
Yep, I did it twice.
So are you going to do it again?
Hell no, man.
So
and
how many condoms do you have at your home right now?
I don't have any condoms in my house right now.
Right. So you're going to do it again, aren't you?
No, I won't. I won't. Like the last time, there was a situation where I could have got some, but since I didn't have a condom, I said, no way, man. So we just did what we had to do.
Why don't, David, why don't you drive on down to, like, the local Rite Aid or Food for Less or whatever? How about you head on down and pick up a box today? What do you say?
Yeah, man, I'm going to have to get one because today's Thursday. It's party night for all the college girls at the clubs.
Yeah, well, here we go. You're a child support check waiting to happen.
Yep. I'm not going to fall in the same boat I did again.
Oh, yeah.
I did twice.
Yeah, you already did it twice. And you still don't own a condom.
Excuse me?
And you still don't have a condom.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that twice and still not have any condoms?
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know?
I haven't,
Here, I'm going to tell you, okay? And that you're not going to like what I'm going to say here. I'm going to tell you. It's because in your head, whether you say it verbally or not, what you're thinking is, I'm a loser. I'm never going to amount to very much in life. It doesn't matter if I knock chicks up and they get child support, because it isn't that much, because I'm never going to make that much money, and I'm never going to be much of anything anyway. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I think in my head.
That's pretty much what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're thinking, I'm a loser. Right?
Yeah, I do think that. Like, now that I'm kind of screwed, well, I am screwed, so that's the mentality I put in my head. But it doesn't stop me from, like, trying to go out there and make money.
Well, you're going to have to make money so you can pay for all these children.
Yeah.
By the way, a box of condoms costs a lot less than child support. How much did you spend on child support this month?
Since you put me on child support, that kind of caused me to lose my job.
Child support.
So
Wait. This is like, you're unpeeling like an onion here. It caused you to lose your job. Let me guess. You were a deadbeat dad, and when they came to you for child support, you never paid, and so they took it out of your paycheck. And when your employer found out that he was going to have to...
That's not how it is. That's not how it is.
How is it?
No, it's not.
Why would you lose your job because of child support?
Because she put me on child support, and I didn't pay 1 penny because they never enforced it. After she put me on child support.
Well, what do you mean they never? Yes, they did. They enforced it. How did your employer find out that your girlfriend or whatever she is was going to get child support from you? How did your employer know that?
Oh, when she filed for it, they got information from me from my check stubs, and they sent a letter to my.
I just said that. You're not listening to a word I said. You lost your job because your employer was told to take money out of your paycheck. Right?
Right.
Why did you say no? That's not the case.
Because he explained to me that the money wasn't going to come out of my paycheck because I wasn't going to pay child support. But since my girlfriend was on Medi-Cal automatically has to be paid by the employer.
Kill me. Law. If I ever get into this position in my life, just kill me.
That's how I feel, man. But
and you lost your job. But the point is, you're sabotaging yourself. Right?
How is that? Like by not working?
No.
Because I stopped working, and I told her, you know what, since you put me on child support, let them get the money, and you ask them for the money instead of asking me. She asked me for money, and since I haven't
worked, sex? Her, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Einstein. Was the sex that good?
I mean, at the moment, it's good. When you're,
was it?
At the moment, it is. When you're done with it all, you know, you think about it.
Was it that good?
Yeah, it was good, man. I'm not going to lie. It was really good. But was it worth it? No. I can tell you that.
I can tell you that. Was it worth 216 monthly payments?
No, it's not.
No. 216 monthly payments. Do you own that car you're driving?
Yeah, I do. I own it. It's a used.
It's used, so you don't have a car payment?
No, I don't have a car payment.
If you bought a new car, I know that's hard to imagine because you don't make much money and you keep knocking up chicks and you have to keep paying everything you make into child support.
Yeah.
But if you ever bought a new car, what's the longest loan you could imagine getting? How many months?
I've never really looked into loans or to figure out how many months. Well,
normally when people buy cars, it could be a 5-year loan or a 6-year loan or a 7-year loan. Most people get like a 5 or a 6-year loan, 60, 72 months, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how about a 216-month loan? Would you take that?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, man.
Right, but you had no problem signing up for two 216-month payment requirements.
Yeah, man.
All for 30 seconds of ejaculation.
We're young, and in that position, we're not really thinking that way. We're not thinking like...
Well, no, don't... Hey, don't say we. Don't say we. Some of us actually think we're going to amount to something later on, and we don't knock up our girlfriends, we don't knock up our wives, and we don't spend money on that.
But that percentage of people that think that way is very small.
I don't think it's very small. You know what? And not every 19-year-old knocks up chicks. Not everyone does.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who go to college, they get degrees, they become lawyers, doctors, architects, all the things you can never dream of becoming because you've effed your life up permanently.
Yeah. Well, the majority of people are, stuck in situations like
they're not. That's not true.
The majority of people that are already stuck with children is...
No, we're not... I'm talking about people in general. The majority of people do not knock their girlfriend up twice. People go to college. They get degrees. They get advanced degrees. They become professionals. They make real money that you can only dream of. 30 seconds of ejaculation. All right, turn the radio off, would you please?
There you go.
Jesus Christ. I mean, do you understand? You see, this is the problem. You're such a loser that you believe everybody else is as much of a loser as you are, and that's how you get... That's the only way you can sleep at night. That's the only way you can look in the mirror, by believing that you're a loser, but so's most people. But the reality is, most of us are not losers like you. Okay?
All right.
I didn't knock anybody up, and they didn't have any babies. You understand? When I knocked somebody up, I already had an agreement in place with them that they would have an abortion, and they did. And that was it. Now, did you try to get her to have an abortion?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because I know she would never be up for that.
You didn't even try. Because you're a loser, and because you never think you're going to amount to anything, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
I mean, it wasn't going to happen either way. She's we're Hispanic, so,
You're what? She's what?
We're Hispanic. We're Latin American.
You're Hispanic. So you're telling me Hispanic people don't have abortions?
No, I'm just saying the majority of people that are Hispanic don't even think about that when they get pregnant.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you which ones do, the ones who aren't losers.
Yeah. It's just like they look at it a different way.
And then there are people who then there's different degrees of being losers. Okay, so you're a certain degree of loser because you knocked up your girlfriend and now you're stuck with this obligation. But the even bigger losers are the ones who say, you know what, I'm going to spin the wheel again. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'm a bigger loser than most people.
And today, as I'm speaking to you, you do not own one condom. And I'd be willing to bet, correct me if I'm wrong, I'd be willing to bet that you have had sex since you knocked up your girlfriend.
That I haven't had sex?
That you have.
Yeah, I have. And I used a condom.
You did use a condom?
Yeah, I had 3 condoms. I used them all up. That's why I'm saying I don't have
you've only had sex 3 times since your girlfriend got knocked up?
Yeah, but I didn't have sex with her.
Right. So you've only had sex 3 times.
Yeah, the other time I was going to, but I didn't because I didn't have a condom. So, you know, just better, you know, go down there and, you know, do her thing.
So you would rather do without sex than drive down to the drugstore for 10 minutes?
No, I'm gonna get condoms. Like I said, today's a college night, and, you know, since I'm a loser, I might as well get some. Since I'm going to get some, I might as well use condoms.
Might as well, because even if the condom breaks, so what? Who cares if you knock up another chick?
No, man, I'll try, man. Like, you know, it's not going to work most of the times when you tell chicks, when you have an agreement and, like, you know, all right, before we have sex, you know.
How do you know what works? I'm here to tell you that I have not been forced to be a father against my will. Well, what's the difference between me and you?
Age, I don't know.
AIDS? You think I have AIDS?
Age, I said.
Oh, age.
Yeah.
No, but when I was your age, I didn't knock anybody up.
Yeah, but how many times did you, before you did knock anybody up, how many times did you, you know, have an agreement with the girl before you...
Almost every time. Almost every time, yes. And as I got older, it was more and more likely that I had the agreement.
Okay, so what age did you start making these agreements with girls?
As early as 15.
Since you were 15, you started making agreements with
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
because the year I was 15 is when abortion became legal.
Oh. Damn. Well, yeah, well, I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I do see myself as a loser for that situation, but, like, I mean, like, what do you think I should do, man? Like,
you should have asked this question. You should have asked this question 3 years ago.
Well, I'm calling on the subject because that's what you were talking about.
I know. Well,
and you know, most guys.
Number one, don't have sex without a condom. Number two, don't have sex with this chick anymore. Number three, don't ever marry this chick or live with her.
Yeah, no, she's trying to get me to marry her because she says since it's the second kid, then that should be the right thing to do.
Well, it's not.
I know it's not. Well, you know, aside from you saying, you know, calling a loser on the air and everything, you know, that's what I was calling to tell.
Well, you yourself admitted you're a loser.
I'm not saying I'm not, man. You know?
I think we're all in agreement here.
Tom.
Kick it up a notch.
Tom.
Oh, yeah, there we go, buddy.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom. 866. Do you care?
Has anybody said I don't care?
Well, you could fake it like you do with orgasm.
I really care. Oh, my God, I care.
You're convincing me. The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are, coming to you from Hollywood. And we're talking about people who, quote-unquote, did the right thing. You knocked up your girlfriend. You knocked up some chick, a one-nighter, whatever, and you decided the right thing to do would be to marry her. Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, how's it going, Tom?
Great.
I'm 22 and my girlfriend's 20, and we've been dating for about like a year now, and basically 6 months ago she got pregnant, so she's 6 months pregnant, and...
Why did you let that, by the way, why did you let that happen?
I don't know, like we both talked about it, and
so
we never really used condoms, so we're kind of trying to get pregnant.
Why were you, what do you mean we were trying to get pregnant? Why were you doing that?
I don't know. I know I love her.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, what college did you graduate from?
Huh?
What college did you graduate from?
I went to an art tech school in...
No, in other words, no, you did not go to college. So you did not go to college, correct?
No, I did. I went to an art tech school.
That is not a college. That is not a college. Okay. That's the Draw-Winky School of Art. That's the closed cover before striking art school.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's not real college. It's like...
No, it's not even a fake college. It's not a college.
Yeah.
And after you went to this trade school that you went to, what is your occupation?
Right now I'm doing web design for a plastic surgery company. I basically maintain their website.
How much does that pay?
$15 an hour.
And how many hours do you work per week?
Probably about 35 to 40.
So you make a whopping $600 a week in a good week.
Yeah.
$30,000 a year.
Yeah.
$31,200 to be exact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you think you're going to be able to support 3 people on that, do you?
I don't know. I'm doing
what do you mean
that,
you don't
and then
know?
I've also got an internship with an ad agency company in L.A. So,
how much does that pay?
The internship doesn't pay anything, but from what I hear, they start you out at like $20 to $25 an hour.
If they hire you.
Yeah.
Which they haven't.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right. So right now, you decided to have a baby before you even know if you have a job.
Yeah.
Why?
We talked about it. Like,
the fact that you talked about fact that you talked about it is not a good enough reason to do it.
Yeah.
I've talked about doing all kinds of things. It doesn't necessarily mean I went and did them. One time I talked about putting a bottle of Jack Daniels in the cup holder of my car and then driving 110 miles an hour up Pacific Coast Highway. I talked about that. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be fun, right?
Sure.
Now, I didn't do it. What do I care that you talked about it?
Yeah.
You talked with your girlfriend, who's not as bright as you are, and you're not that bright, and she and you decided together that this would be a good idea. But did the two of you ever discuss how you were going to pay for all this, or how it was going to affect your ability to have a career? No.
No. Because
you're immature, and you are not the kind of person who ought to be doing this.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And you did it anyway. Now, it's one thing to do this by accident. You intentionally had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're getting married.
Well, in January we're getting married. I've already proposed to her.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Like, she's basically, like, I've been listening to your show for a while now, and I hear the girls that you describe, like all the ones that use men for money and whatnot. And basically, throughout our whole relationship, she hasn't asked me for anything. She has never...
You don't have anything.
Yeah.
You could never marry a gold digger. You ain't got no gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's the only kind of woman you can marry is a woman who wouldn't ask you for anything. Because you are not ever going to have anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically.
Right. So, once again, we see that somebody who, quote-unquote, does the right thing is a loser.
I wouldn't admit to being a loser. I'm kind of trying to pull my own weight. I mean, she's working 2 jobs, and we're both, like, saving as much money as
she's pregnant, and she's working 2 jobs. I'll bet those are good jobs, too, at 20 years old. What college is she attending?
She's going to Paul Mitchell to be a hairdresser.
Paul Mitchell. I thought that was a brand of shampoo. It's also a school?
Yeah, they've got it's like a hair cutting school.
Boy, oh boy, here. I bet that's going to be really lucrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. You two really sat down and planned this whole thing out, huh?
Well, not really the financial aspect of it.
Don't you think that's important?
Yeah, it is really important. Like
Well, if it's important, why didn't you do it? We're in love. We weren't thinking at the time. We weren't thinking. We were in love. And I decided, hey, look at this. I've got pubic hair. I can have a baby.
Yeah.
Look, Bob, look how mature I am. You're going to be a grandmother at 39. Look at me. How old's your mom?
I think she's 40.
There we are. How did I know? Yeah, okay. You're not even sure how old she is. By the way, if your mom is 40, that means you were born when she was 18?
Yeah.
So you're just continuing the family tradition.
Well, my parents were married before they had me, and so...
Yeah, but before they had you, but probably not...
Her mom had her when she was 16, though. So
there we go. And let me ask you this. She was married when she had you. Was she married when she was impregnated with you?
Yes, she was.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a family... By the way, what college did your parents go to?
I think it was Cal State or Orange Coast.
Well, those are two very different schools, you know.
Yeah, well, I think it was Cal State Fullerton.
They both went there?
Yeah, they met in college.
I see. So they met in college, and they got married in college, and then your mother had you in college.
Right.
Did she graduate college?
I'm not really sure. I think she graduated with a bachelor's.
In what?
I can't be sure, but...
I'm sure you can't.
She works for Apple Computers, so she's pretty well off. And
what does she do? She sells iPhones?
No, she's like God, what is it called? She's part of their advertising branch.
Ah.
Like, she does all their advertising. She goes on road trips and does all that kind of stuff for them.
Oh, what's your father do?
He owns his own restaurant down in Murrieta.
Murrieta. That's the fine dining capital of Southern California.
Yep.
And it's called Bob's Big Boy.
No, it's his own steakhouse.
Oh, his own steakhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You realize you're not even going to be as successful as them.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I've talked with my dad and my mom about it, and, like, they're really open with her and I about it, and my parents have been really supportive throughout this whole thing as best they can. But
do they think this is a good idea?
No. At first, my mom, like, for the first week she knew, she basically told me, oh, she's just trying to lure you in, she's trying to tie you down.
There we go. And that's your mother.
She wasn't about that.
That's your mother.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How about your dad? How does he feel about this?
My dad was excited. He felt bad that we weren't married first. He would have much rather had us get married and had a secure life together before we...
So he agrees with me, too.
Much rather done, but I didn't.
Right. And you told your dad, yeah, we sat and talked about it, and we said, hey, this is not going to be an accident. We're going to intentionally F ourselves over.
Yeah.
Great. Hang on a second here. Matt, what did you want to say to Chris?
Hello, Tom. Well, this one thing that is, he's probably not looking at either. He said both you and your girl work. What are you going to do with this kid during the day when you guys are at work? Because did you know I'm having my first on the way?
The kid's going to be at the Apple Computer Daycare Center.
Apple Computer Daycare Center.
My girlfriend's mom has actually offered to take care of the baby. Life. She lives in the same town as us.
By the way, what does your girlfriend's mom do for a living?
She's a stay-at-home mom. She raises 5 children.
5 children.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just to raise a kid out of that, it's $200 a week you're looking at this for daycare outside of that. Not plus that, but now you got to start looking at college for this kid. Once it's born, if you start college later, once it's born, you're going to start losing money. The sooner you start investing for this kid, for its colleges, the sooner that you get more money for that later on.
Yeah, well, he'd have to have money, which he doesn't have. Our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com.
Tom Leykis Show.